Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Right to the air. Here's Murray. Finds Gibbs on a check down. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are.
And it works free. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Murray off play action. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play call, and you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 1 from the 2. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Murray now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 5. Running left, it's Barkley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice throw from the rookie out of Miami, and it's going to be good for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw is Ward. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Chase, the motion man right. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately it winds up incomplete.
Bates' kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading 1st half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. That was well defended. They clamped down on
2nd and 10. Throwing is Ward. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Ward off the play fake. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
play fake. Here's Ward. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Ward. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing again here, Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ward. Now he's going to step up and run. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Ward. Now swing pass for Dillon. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Murray now. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
A final shot before half from Murray. With slant caught by Chase. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On play action, Ward. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. Able to power through. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rush.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, look out, because here they come.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Murray. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Eagles, 1st down.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Ward. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Oh, brings a tackle, and he's got an alley. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Murray. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Murray now to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Here's Murray. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Murray now going to do it himself. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ward completes this to Jefferson.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing is Ward. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And in a spot like this, a tie game late, if you can hit on one of these home run balls, it could win you the ball game. But, boy, you run the risk of an interception, and that could be what loses you the game. So a lot riding on every play. That one, incomplete.
Ward now working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
4 yards.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ward again. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
Just too many short underneath throws. They've got to get the ball downfield.
And in a hurry.
2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Ward.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. To throw, here's Ward.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Pardon me, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 43-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Ward. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Murray to throw. the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
To throw is Murray. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And out across midfield down to the 45.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down, Detroit.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And out now come the Eagles. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And 5 at the 37-yard line.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down. Now Ward. Complete. Jefferson the target. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Starting to put together a nice drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Here's Ward. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Now remember, again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give them a big leg up. It's 2nd down.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Ward. He'll try to pick it up himself. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Elliott good on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. First throw of overtime from Murray. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
You're looking live at the Link. Welcome, football fans, to Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, a pair of NFC foes squaring off. It's the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the Link. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Murray. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's sent out right after he makes that catch at the 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Murray here on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
From the gun, it's Murray. He's got it again. And they limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that is good for Detroit 1st down.
A gain of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Catch made the right side by Nakua. He's got it in the red zone. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's keeping it. And he will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Ward off the play fake. And his first pass falls incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Off the play fake. Here's Ward. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3 and out to begin the game.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled for no gain.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Detroit getting its offense set for their 2nd drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and you might even hear a few bluebirds.
And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Gibbs. Escapes the defender. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. That's the end of our opening quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're all set to bring you the 2nd quarter. Lions well within striking distance. From the red zone on 1st. And they're going to tag a defender with this one. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Gibbs does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Kyler throwing here. He will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 13-0 lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. First down now, ball at the 33. They're going play action. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
We call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Braden Mann on the punt. Fair catch made here at the 30. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Play action now. Murray. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Kyler. Screen here for Gibbs. And this is taken ahead to the 37. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Kyler looking to throw. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Lions have a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First down, it's Gibbs. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Kyler to throw. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
The Eagles into the nickel, third down coming. Murray looking to throw. Ooh, puts him here under this one, right side. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the fourth down punt for the Lions. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He puts him there under it, deep down the left. He's got it inside the 25. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Throwing now on 1st down. Wood. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air with Ward. It's a screen to Barkley. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Lions getting one more series here before halftime. They're up by 7. Let's see if they choose to rest on that and just go into the locker room. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Running back sent in motion. Going on 1st down. Here's Murray. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42. Operated from the gun. Here's Murray. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
At the 44-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Murray. Well, a little bit of big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. It sets up third down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. To the air on third and long. Look at that power. Deep left side. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it. Along the right sideline, there's space. And this is going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Philadelphia. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. And his kick is good. And what a first half that was as we officially go into locker rooms now, all tied up. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
From the gun, it's Ward. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on this third down. They'll throw, third and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. Takes it into the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Lions get ready to return to the field. And without much time to process things after that pick six, Brock, first snaps of this series are being watched closely by all. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Play action now, Murray. He lofts it deep right side. Caught in inside the 20. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. Keeps away from one. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. He stopped after a gain of about 5, and that's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Gibbs takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now try Gibbs again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He dodged the tackle. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
First and 10 here. Ward. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So it's second down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
On second down, here's Barkley. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
What's going to throw here on third? Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Detroit. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
Eagles 14.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Hill now to return it. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. After seeing another interception taken back for a score, you've got to be at least a little worried, Brock, about some of the throws that are being made here. Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. down he goes. The Lions rush gets home. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Let's see what they went with on third down. Third and long for him here. It's a big strike to him. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is within reach. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll go down here and covers up nicely after a gain of 7.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
2nd and 3 now. Now Ward. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. Even 25 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First down, a run with Barkley. Into the solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's Ward. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now within 1 score in the 4th. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping the tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route.
Whoa.
When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown, but cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Big gain downfield. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You can't start a fire without a spark. How about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
Now Murray on the play fake. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long. He's back to throw. Screen here for Gibbs. And they get it done. Stop for a loss on 3rd down. That should get them the football back. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. The Lions ready for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. Secures this at the 17. He gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. Ward setting up to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open. It beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Going to throw this one. Ward. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. And he's caught. He's got ground. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a 1st down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
2nd and 3 now. Here he is to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw. Flushed out now to his left. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So second down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
He'll look to throw it. That's Hill on the slant. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He's going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on third down. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. Setting up to pass. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Once again, from the 19-yard line, it's second and 10. Back to throw. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Here he goes, one final shot. And the Lions are there to bring him down. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Philadelphia.